Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura. Well, I'm on the home stretch. The quilt is pretty much done. I have the quilting done. The binding has been sewn on by machine. Now I need to do the handwork and turn it over and do that nice hand stitch and that nice 45-degree corner. I do like doing the binding. After all, if I'm binding, I can't be doing housework, so I do enjoy it. And let me show you how easy it really is to do. So the first thing we need to make sure is that this little point is tucked inside this binding. So if it's come out, just tuck her inside. Then I like to take a pin and secure the layers together. I like to use these little pins for the binding just because they're easier to work with and I don't stab myself as much. So now I need to sew down this little flap, just so that it looks nice. Take a single thread with a knot, put it between the layers, and you're going to come up and just stab a couple of threads from that fold. And then you're going to go back down just a little bit below where you've come up through the fold. And then you're going to run the needle between the layers and you're going to come back up again and catch a couple of threads again of the fold. And you're going to continue that all the way around right to the front. Now when you've come to the last stitch, just take your needle, put it in, and come right up to the other side. And remove the pin. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your binding and you want to roll it and have it come to the wrong side. And the idea is you're going to want to take this fold and you want to have it stitched right beside the stitching line that you put it on with from your machine. So it is going to go right there. Put a pin in it, go through all the layers. Because you want that to be held on very securely. Your first stitch is going to take a lot of pressure because you need to start here, go all the way around, and by the time you get back here, there's been a lot of pressure that's put on that little stitch. So this will sort of just help release the pressure from that stitch so you won't have it pull or sag or even snap out. Then if you take your fingers and you put them between the quilt this way, you're able to take your thumb from behind and push that up. So you're going to push it up, and I'm able to grab it now with both fingers and pull it where I want it, still holding the quilt here. Now the threads, don't worry about the threads. Don't trim them off. You don't need to. You can just tuck them in. I like these tiny little pins, and I like them because they have a small shaft. So I'm able to take this and pin my binding on, but I don't pin all the way through. I don't want that point. So I just take it and I pin, and I have the point buried inside so that there's no pin being exposed. Again, so I don't get stabbed. So I'll start with one pin, and then I'll put a second pin. And again, I don't come out, I just leave it inside, buried in the layers. The reason is as I'm sewing, I'm not catching the pins on my hands. So now let's get sewing it. I've pulled my thread out. Right where the thread is nice and straight, I'm going to catch a couple of threads of my fold, and I'm going to go down once, go into the batting, come up, and do it again. Now my thread was already knotted from when I sewed that angle together, so I don't have to worry about knotting it. And now I'm going to continue to sew. So in order to do that, put your needle in to the backing. Have it go between the layers and not coming to the good side. So you're just going to take a little bite of fabric in the back. Where you come up here, you're going to catch a couple of threads again of that fold and stitch. Go in right where you've come up into the back, take a little bite, come into the fold of the binding, just a couple of threads. Through the backing, come up into the fold, couple of threads, pull it through. Go into the backing, run the needle through, catch a couple of threads, come up. Now it's better to take little stitches than a big stitch. Two reasons. Number one, it gives it more strength. The second reason is the bigger the stitch you take, the more chance you have of stabbing into the front side. And it really is very quick because you're not having to try to feel your way into the batting. And with this finger I'm able just to bring it over and keep it nice and tight. And see, I can hold that and pull it to wherever I want to go. You see how tiny those little bites are? And I will just continue this little stitch all the way to my first pin. Then I'm able to take the first pin out. I'm going to bypass that pin and I'm going to go into this pin. The beauty of having two pins is it's easy to keep track of. You're going to take the one pin and you're going to put it here. This pin's going here, so they're kind of walking around each other. And they're very easy to keep track of. Now we're just going to sew until we get to a corner. Okay, we've come to a corner. Now there's a very important thing to know about corners. And that is, if the fold is going this way on one side, the fold should be going this way on the other side. The fold is going this way. So the fold on this side must be going that way. Normally you want to just stitch right along here, stop it, and turn it. But when you do that, you end up with the fold also going in that direction. So what you need to do is bring this side over first. And again, 2 pins is all you're going to need. Pin that one down. And then take this and you're going to pin right here at this intersection. So now when you stitch along here, this edge is going to come up here. So you have one fold in that direction and one fold in that direction. And by doing that, you make the bulk even in this corner. You now can take this pin that's not in the corner, pull it out, and what you're going to do is you're going to pin right along this edge here. So when this is folding over, it keeps that edge nice and tight. So that's how your pins are going to look. This pin holds it right where the threads will meet. This pin, and it goes all the way through, will hold it nice and tight along this edge here, so that when it folds over, that piece there will come right there. Continue to make your little stitches right to your corner. Then you're going to be able to remove this pin that kept that against the fold and put it over there. Take a stitch right there, and when I give a pull, they join up. You've come up from here, you go in there, you come back into here, go back into there, so you've kind of made this loop like this. Take your needle out, and if you just pull the threads, you see how it's tightened up for you? You're just going to pull the threads. And there's a perfect 45-degree angle. Put your needle back into that point of the 45-degree angle and come over and catch your border. Then you're able to start sewing the rest of the way. Now we'll just continue sewing until we get to the next 3 corners. Then we're all set to go. So I've come all the way around, and now I've come to the end, so I'm able to remove the pin and continue stitching. And then I will tie my knot, take the thread and bury it into the binding, trim it nice and close, and we're done. Well, my binding is all on, and the last thing now is to trim off all those little threads. Like I said, it really is an easy thing to do, and it is very relaxing. I'm so glad you could join me today. Feel free to subscribe, and always come on back and let's see what I'm sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.